Of Hurricane Katrina included thousands of abandoned animals. As people fled the floodwaters for their lives, many animals were lost or simply ran away. In some cases, animals had to be left behind as rescuers could only take human survivors. A bill authored by San Francisco Speaker Pro Tem Leland Yu proposes disaster planning laws to require pets and livestock also be rescued. That could have helped save lots of animals in New Orleans. Our next guest knows firsthand. Anita Carwell is a volunteer coordinator with In Defense of Animals. She took many trips to Mississippi and New Orleans after Katrina hit. She joins us live this morning from our San Francisco studio. Thanks so much for joining us, Anita.
Thank you.
Now, tell us, I guess, how many trips did you actually take back there since that first one you made after Katrina?
Well, actually, lots of members of In Defense of Animals made multiple trips. I specifically made one trip, although our Project Hope office, which is located in Mississippi, are still making trips to this day all the time. I was there for the last 2 weeks of September.
So you're finding the need to continue to go back, continue to help. As we take a look at some of the pictures when you were there, we're seeing all sorts of pets, tiny kittens, puppies, the works. Where did you find most of these animals?
Well, a lot of the animals that were still alive after the flooding were in upstairs apartments where the floodwaters had annihilated the bottom floor, but there would be apartments completely boarded up, locked up with animals still inside that were still alive. A lot of the other animals were ones that when the National Guard had opened doors, the dogs and cats were let out and left to fend for themselves, and so food and water stations were set up. I rescued a couple kittens that I actually fostered and adopted, and one of those was just on the bottom floor of a house that had been flooded, and another one was from an upstairs boarded up apartment.
Where did most of these animals end up? Because I know they were having a tough time, even, you know, their shelters, some of which were flooded out completely. Some of these animals were brought to the Bay Area?
Yes, they were. The Marin Humane Society brought over a lot of dogs. Our Project Hope office in Mississippi also rescued a lot of dogs. Stray Rescue with Randy Grimm rescued a bunch of the dogs from our Project Hope. And we continue to make trips from the Waveland shelter and distribute dogs among shelters as well as cats to places that have actually cleared some room. Because right now the animals are, all the ones that were left behind that were unable to be rescued or, you know, trapped and caught have been breeding. And so you have a lot of unspayed, unneutered animals out there having litters. And so a lot of these animals now need homes. So there's a long-term need in that area.
Right, the problem is multiplying, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely.
To say the least. Was there any effort to try to reunite some of these animals with their owners? I know that's tough.
Definitely. After these animals were gathered up, they all were brought to the Central Lamar-Dixon facility, where the animals were all photographed, documented, put up on Pet Finder. The two kittens that I rescued, I actually fostered for a few months before I officially adopted them. And so that's what happened. A lot of the dogs, actually more dogs than cats, were actually reunited, but it was still a small number of people actually came forward to claim their animals.
That's got to be so tough for those. I mean, they're part of the family, the pets that you have, but it's nice that you opened not only your heart, but your home, literally, to some of the pets. Well, thanks for giving us an update, and we salute you on your efforts of trying to help.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Time to check in with NBC 11's Bob Riddell, who is hanging out in Pleasanton.